What's going on YouTube? Ben here, Enos Tech, and today we're taking a look at the NZXT S340 PC case. This is a personal favorite of mine. I'm sure it'll be a favorite of yours as soon as you see it. It comes in at a very good price that we'll mention in a bit, and it also has a lot of features that are important for gaming and general enthusiast builds overall. It might be cheap, but it doesn't lack on features. Real quick, one of my favorite features is the fact that there's no place for an optical drive. I myself haven't used one in about 5 years, and I like to see a case that comes nice and clean looking on the front. So without further ado, let's have a closer look. As mentioned, there is no optical drive bay or anything of the sort on the front of the case, which is just absolutely amazing in my opinion. There's no power buttons, no USB sockets. NZXT have done a great job leaving the case, the front of the case open and plain. It looks nice. It gives it a much cleaner look, I feel, and I'm very happy to see it like this. Taking the front of the case off, we can see an area where you can fit a couple of nice big fans, and we can also see what appears to be a hard drive cage down at the bottom. The front mesh is easily removable, and it's just held in place by a couple of magnets off the top. To remove it, you just simply lift it off, and then you can go ahead and add your fans in. Moving on to the side of the case, and NZXT have added a windowed panel to the main side, so users will be able to show off all their hardware inside. Now this is great for those who have nice fancy hardware and expensive builds and stuff, because you'll be able to put a couple LEDs in there or not and show it all off. NZXT have also gone ahead and made sure that the bottom of this side is not on display. As you can see, it's got the black going across it. There's no window. This is down where the power supply and all the cables are meant to be stored. So the way NZXT has set up the S340 is to really allow users to have a great build with minimal effort. They've got everything's planned out perfectly, and they've done a great job with this. Taking off the side panel, and we can get a little bit better look on the inside. The S340 does come with two included fans. There's one in the back, and there's also one in the top that will act as exhaust to exhaust all of the heat created by your components inside out of the case. The blue bar that you can see in this picture, now is an area to hide cables behind, because obviously you'll have to plug things in from the back to your motherboard. So instead of having the whole cable on the view, you just see a little bit that pops out of the blue, and it really helps with the whole theme here and giving users as much chance as possible to have a clean looking build without having to be a super experienced builder or whatnot. While it may be a bit hard to see, down on the bottom there are two SSD mounts or 2.5-inch hard drive mounts. There are also a couple of cutouts to pass cables through, and towards the front there is even a little bit of a vented area to allow more circulation in through the case and throughout the case, so things don't get too hot on the inside. Around to the back, we can see that NZXT have set this up perfectly to allow for lots of airflow. There are 7 PCI expansion bays, and all of the cover plates actually are of a mesh look, so air can still pass through them a bit if you leave the bay covers installed. To the right there is obviously another little meshed out grilled area, and above we of course have one of the pre-installed fans in the motherboard cutout. One of the things to mention on the bottom is you'll see the 4 thumb screws that are for where the PSU will go, the power supply. You'll actually remove those, and it actually removes the whole bracket off, and you can get the PSU situated and installed on the bracket, then put it all back in there and pass your cables down through that big hole and around and up through the back side of the case. As mentioned again, NZXT have done a great job trying to give users the best experience possible in making cable management less of a hassle than it has been in the past. The back panel, or the side panel, however you want to look at it, on this side is plain in black, so I took the liberty of just going ahead and removing it because there's nothing really to see there. Taking it off, as you can see, we get another look at that blue kind of cable coverer bar there, like cable protector, hiderer, however you want to say it. As you can see, it does indent a bit now, so the cables will easily fit behind it, and then you can route them to the front. There are a couple of clips in places, as you will be able to see, to actually use zip ties or cable ties of some sort, so you can tie your cables from the PSU in the case out of the way. You can route them the direction you want. As we saw through the front, but we didn't mention, there's a big cutout in the motherboard tray. This is of course to allow users to swap and change CPU coolers without the need to remove the whole motherboard. Now looking down at the bottom, we finally get our first look at where the power supply and all the cables are going to go through. Now you can see why on the other side they've blocked it off. It's not windowed. It's because this is really just meant to hold all the cables. There's no real cable management or anything needed down there. You just kind of shove them in there. If they fit, and then you can worry about routing them through the rest of the case. This is a big hit. It's been a big hit. It was great in their H440. It's great in the S340, and it just really, again, gives users the easiest time possible to have the best cable management that they can. NZXT have done a great job of doing this. Down on the bottom left, you will see a little white box. It's inserted into a 3.5-inch hard drive bay, and it also includes all of the accessories that come with the case. So there'll be some zip ties or cable ties of some sort in there. There's some screws in there, and a few other various things, so you can go ahead and get using this case as soon as possible. As you can see, this case, it's got a lot of features going for a small case, coming in at a good price. I, for one, I've built in one before, and it's great. I'm doing a nice little gaming build in this that I can't wait to show off and show you guys all. I'll do another full video of the case again when it's all been built inside, so stay tuned, look forward to that. I'll also be taking some pictures of it in a minute here, putting a review up on enistech.com, so make sure to check back for that. All the links will be down in the description. So please comment, like, subscribe. You know how it goes. Feedback's great. If you don't mind, take a few seconds, let me know what you like, didn't like. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more content in the near future.